So you've got some cryptocurrency. Maybe you put some serious net worth into it, right? Well, hope you're securing it. The events of the past have taught us that self-custody of cryptocurrencies is absolutely imperative. What if I could tell you you could have 1, 2, 3 basically credit cards, right? But they're crypto wallets. They use NFC technology, right? So I'm like, and just like that, I'm into my crypto. Just like that, I'm sending it. Using it with my phone, you get backup keys. If you want to learn how to use this, we have a full tutorial guide on the Tangem Wallet, how to set it up and use it. We're also giving some away. But of course, you guys are absolutely animals here and you want us to torture test them. Oh, you're like, oh, bend it some. Bend it. Well, you already had the Russians shoot the wallet. That wasn't enough for you. No, you're like, well, great. You think this is gonna be repaired? More importantly, does it still work? Great question. Let's find out. It worked. It worked barely. But if you have your card here and you sit on it, well, it could barely work. My name's Vosk, and you're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I'm a full-time crypto maniac. Okay, today we're gonna be running through the pros, the cons, and the competitors to the Tangem hardware wallet. And Alexa, Miss Vosk, is crashing my video. Well, you can see that Alexa and I have consumed a few HelloFreshes. That's gonna be our modular test here. So we're gonna click scan on a card that I didn't just bend, reads very quickly, right? Great. So with that, you can see that it works. So let's fire it up again. Take this thickness. And it read. Solid. We're increasing the thickness to this card. We bumped it down to this thickness. Card, read. And it picks up there. So, summary, the NFC technology will travel through, probably a solid inch, maybe 2 inches. And that'll definitely allow you to use this through your wallet if it's stored in there. My supervisor's here. I'm supposed to be measuring this. Okay. We're gonna have to edit that one. That's not even close to 2 inches. That's a ½ inch. They say the guys had that problem. Sometimes you think it's a little bit more than it is. So I was bombarded in the middle of this test, but let's go ahead and just bend this again. Bend it. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, somehow you just treat your stuff this poorly. Even though I think I'm strong, I'm struggling to tear this in half. I am getting a really gross plastic smell though. So, before I cut it, let's go ahead and give him a quick testy. Well, I think when we heard that crack, that was the end of his life. By the way, the car I just used, we ran it over. Check it out. Let's really dig into this thing, the Tangem Wallet. They boast the safest crypto wallet for everyone. I gotta say, I really like the form factor, but you may be thinking, what makes it better than a Trezor Model T? Or what about the different ledgers? Ledger and Trezor are very established. So it really depends what you're going for. Ledger has small form factor and looks like a common item, which on one hand is good, on the other hand is bad. Like it's not as cool or exciting as interesting as a unique device, but it blends in much better, which means you're less likely to have it stolen. But anyone who knows anything about crypto hardware wallets knows that they're gonna need to steal you or your passwords and secret codes along with your wallet. Trezor looks like a unique device, and then enter the Tangem. It's a credit card. I think the form factor of a credit card by far is the best. Downside is you need your phone. The upside is who doesn't have their phone on them constantly in this era, unfortunately. For portability, I'll take the Tangem Wallet. The customizable backlit screen on the Trezor is very cool, but you pay for that at $220. Okay, you can get a Tangem Wallet, the 2-pack on Amazon, delivered to you in like probably a freaking day. You can grab 3 of them for about 55 bucks right now. The other wallet this reminds me of is the coolwallet, but you don't have that hub piece. So it's kind of like all the benefits of the coolwallet without the downside. I can assure you though, out of all the crypto wallets to consider buying, the Ledger Stacks is the last one you should buy. You would be very stupid to buy that. And all the wankers on crypto Twitter that are clearly inexperienced, noobs, rookies, were all drooling over it a while ago. Makes you wonder, were those sponsored tweets that weren't disclosed? Because your boy didn't forget about the Ledger Blue, which was pretty cool. And actually, Alexa, who's reviewed hardware wallets, Miss Vosk, she got me that. That was my Christmas gift in 2018, I believe. What a waste. I was so excited for this thing. It was very cool for the time. And then like 6 months later or so, they just completely stopped supporting it. And they basically just tried to sweep it under the rug. Lo and behold, they're doing the same BS. So yeah, not very thrilled with Ledger on that front by any margin. What I like about the Tangem Wallet, and again, this isn't a full-blown comparison video, we're gonna hone in on, back to the Tangem Wallet here, is the multi-chain support, right? We have major cryptocurrencies that you see in many wallets, right? Like Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously ERC20 tokens, Ripple, Litecoin, okay? Yeah. But then you see less common support in some Ethereum Layer 2 solutions, like Arbitrum, like the BNB Smart Chain, the BNB Beacon Chain, Phantom. Surprisingly, recent Ethereum hard forks like Ethereum Fair and Ethereum POW. There's some pretty solid support there. That's cool. Tangem boasts being a high-tech company in the blockchain sector, founded in 2017, headquartered in Zug, Switzerland, with branches throughout the world. SBI Holdings invested $15 million into Tangem in 2019 for mass adoption. As you would expect, it's a public team. What's the commission for transferring funds on your wallet? There is no commission, there are no fees. The only things you will pay are going to be blockchain fees, network fees, transaction fees, gas fees, right? Insufficient commission, it's paid to native coins in the network. For example, a BEP20 token, which is a BNB Smart Chain or BSC, Binance Smart Chain token, that lives on the Binance chain, right? And so the fees are paid in BNB, not that BEP20 token, which that's what that means. You can create custom tokens in the wallet just by adding smart contract addresses. So if you don't know, that basically translates to you can add any token if they support the chain. For example, we could put any ERC20 token into this, even one we create tomorrow. Same with a BNB Smart Chain token, a BEP20 token, among many others. Buy the wallet if you want to, but they have an affiliate program, so if you do choose to buy it, please click one of our links down in the video description below. But as always, I'm here to keep it real with you guys, bring you the truth, bring you quality videos. I'm very thankful that we've got over 600,000 amazing subscribers. If you're not one, I hope you become one today. And again, as a full disclosure, nothing here is financial advice. And thank you to Tangem for supporting our channel in this video and sending us wallets that we could literally blow up or whatever we wanted to do with them. Tangem boasts that they are constantly adding more tokens and networks. You are also highly encouraged to request coins, networks, tokens to them. They literally said the more requests, the more likely that they're going to add them. and sooner. In addition to the Amazon listing I talked about earlier, you can of course buy these wallets directly from them. Pack of 3, $56, pack of 2, $44. So these prices are right in line with Amazon, which is cool to see. Make sure you enter the Tangem Wallet giveaway. Again, if you have not already, some of the fun ways we were suggested in there have made their way into this video. Also on our tutorial guide, we got some good questions. So let's address those. They have a support bot on Telegram, and so I messaged that, and I got some official responses on some of the top questions or interesting questions that we got on the last video. Things that just left me wondering. I was scratching my head. I was like, good question. I wonder that too. So, access code, right? If you watch this clip from the tutorial video, you see that we get an access code, we set it up, but then when you switch to a different phone, right? You need the access code to add an existing Tangem wallet to it. Basically, that code is critical. That code is written into the card. So you can seamlessly transfer these cards to different phones, as long as you know that access code, which kind of functions like a password. To take their official verbiage here, it's written within the Tangem wallet chip during the process of the backup creation. They also boast that they don't know anything about their users. No registration, no verification, no geo, no citizenship, nothing. You are just a complete enigma to them, as it should be. You deserve your privacy, and it's cool that they understand that and built around that and respect that. Another very important question. What happens if the company goes out of business and stops maintaining the app and its servers? How can you access your funds in a case like that, since you have to do everything through the application? Is that the downside of this approach as opposed to a traditional hardware wallet like we're more familiar with? The app will still be on your device even if the ability to download disappears. The app works independently of Tangem servers and will continue to work even if the company shuts everything down. You can also download the Tangem app on GitHub. This is also their GitHub, so maybe a couple of us should fork that just to have a couple backups in place. Moreover, the Tangem app is fully open source and available again on GitHub, so a replacement application can be created by anyone and used to power the card. What do you think about the Tangem wallet? Are you going to upgrade your existing wallet situation to this card? Or is it not worth it, and why? Honest feedback, as always. I want to hear from you guys. What would make you grab this? For me personally, I requested to them, I was like, hey, can you add all the proof of work mineable coins to this? Like, I want a Chia hardware wallet. I want a Cadena hardware wallet. I want a Nervos network hardware wallet. I want a Handshake HNS hardware wallet, right? I mean, a lot of the major mineable coins and older coins, right? Obviously Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and so forth, they are already there, they exist there. But if we got full miner support on a hardware wallet, man, that'd be cool, and that'd be a very unique edge. And yeah, so that's I threw my 2 cents in there, and if you have a similar feeling, echo it and send that to them as well. So that's all I got. Make sure to subscribe and stick around if for no other reason than for our CSO. That's our Chief Security Officer here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Tails. And speaking of that, it's time for me to go see that cute pup. See ya.